Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Make some motherfucking noise!
Like the big booty hoes, cute faces. Little nigga hit it on the first day basis. Niggas fake bitch kick game straight. X no down with the diamond name place on. Or in the path obsessed with diamonds glaring. Keep a nigga staring when you're wearing down a Karen. Or skipping shit to keep a nigga looking at you. In the bunker says you can show off your tattoo. Even if you're a Max True player, she ain't get...
Yes, sir, buddy. What's going on? How y'all feeling? We are live in living color right now, people. I am happy to be here once again. You know, hey, look, man, we're going to have us a good time today. We're going to have us an excellent time today because you know what? It's the day after Christmas. It is actually the day after Christmas. You all just don't understand. If your Christmas wasn't good, then I'm sorry because it was your fault. I'm just saying, it was your fault. It was your fault that your Christmas wasn't good. If your Christmas was not good, it's your fault. What am I supposed to do? Huh? I'm supposed to like make up something for you? But if your Christmas was good, I need you to put in the chat. Let me know that. Oh, God, I keep hitting my leg. If your Christmas was good, put in the chat, please, that you had a great Christmas. Tell me what you got. Tell me all the things that Santa brought you. If Santa brought you some good stuff, let me know because I want to know. Hey, I want you right now to do is like, share, subscribe this page because we're going to get ready to get into it. We got a lot of things we got to cover here on the Luke Show the day after Christmas. But I want to say this. I'm still suffering from an injury on my knee. Let me tell you what I did. My crazy ass actually went and put an ice pack. First, I put one. I went to the golf range, not the range, but Top Golf with my son. Merry Christmas to you too. And I went to Top Golf, and I went with the wrong type of shoes on. We out there hitting balls. You know, me and my son, we get into this competitive little thing where he's competing against me and I'm competing against him. I'm trying to beat him and he's trying to beat me. So he then hits the ball to the fence. I should have just posted in here. Let me find the video to see if I can pull it up and show y'all this man hits the ball at the fence. He hits the ball to the fence, and what happens? What happens next? Daddy comes in next and does what? Tries to hit the ball to the fence as well, which I did. And something on my leg kind of tweaked, and it did not feel good. It did not feel good at all. I don't know where to find this video at, but I can't find it. I can't find it. So something tweaked in my knee. And so I would say that him making me break my knee, not ankle, but knee, trying to keep up with the 16-year-old. But I hit it to the fence, and I won the match. I actually beat him. But my knee felt a little some kind of way. And so when I got home, being the person I am, what did I do? Put an ice pack on my knee. Being the coach who knows a little bit about, injuries, I felt a little tweak in there, and I just kept bothering it. Then I said, all right, let me just ice it up. And then I iced it up One pack ran out real quick. I didn't say I'm gonna ice it up, get in the bed, lay down, leave the ice on, go to sleep. Wrong thing to do. Go to sleep with the ice pack on, and what ended up happening? That was not the right thing to do. I woke up about 5 o'clock in the morning on fire. Like, what the hell? Burning up on fire. Yep, you're right. Never put the ice pack directly on contact. You're right, Nurse Betty. You are right, nurse. You are right. But you know, before I did that, I used the one ice pack and I put a rag between it, and it wasn't getting cold enough. So I did do that. Then I used the second ice pack, which was obviously a lot stronger than the other one. And I just said, okay, this shit gonna wear out real quick. So I'm gonna just lay down, put the ice pack on, go to sleep, and it'll be dissolved. And at some point, it'll just fall off. No, that did not happen. That shit burnt me up. And if you see my knee, my knee, the inside of my knee looks like a burnt omelet. Blisters all over the place. Scar. I had to go. I'm trying to treat it. Everybody has all these remedies. Everybody. Don't listen to these people with all these remedies. Oh, put this on there. Put this on there. Put this on there. All this. Don't listen to this shit. I ended up having to go to the urgent care, which I got to go back today because the day I went, now mind you, all this shit is happening to me on the morning of my birthday. So my birthday is totally screwed up because I, the dummy, burnt up a knee. What do? End up going to urgent care. They're like, oh my God, Mr. Campbell, you have a second-degree burn. You need to see the burn doctor. So we're gonna give you all this medication. Then they hit me with a tetanus shot. Now, mind you, I'm an anti-vaxxer. That man was moving so fast, hit me with that thing. He was like, okay, I gotta give you this because it might get infected, and then he hit me. I'm sitting up there like, really? So you just hit me with the vaccine. That's gonna put me under forever. Because that's what y'all do. Old people like me go in there, y'all want to shoot us up and get rid of us. So y'all pray for me. Man shot me up. But meanwhile, they told me I got to come back, which is today. I didn't go yet. And I'm still treating. And the bad part about it is, I'm okay because I'm a pain freak. I could take pain. That's part of my problem. I could take excruciating pain. And that's what happened to me. So the problem here is this. It's the leaking. It's blisters up, then it leaks. It blisters up, then it leaks. And that's what happens to me. Hey, but y'all don't want to hear no more about my knee. Y'all want to hear more about the show. And the show is going to be good today. I want to welcome you all for coming in today. I love it. You should be changing and dressing. This is a real nurse. You should be changing and dressing all day, changing and dressing every day. Yes, Dawn, I am changing and dressing. What are you gonna do, Dawn? Are you like coming over here to doctor on me? You're gonna come doctor on me? Oh, I guess so. You're gonna come over here and be the nurse and take care of me? Really? Come on, Dawn. You can hold my leg. It's 1, 2, 3 legs. You're only allowed to hold one leg, not the other two, just the one. So don't come over here with no bad intentions that you get ready to hold a third leg. No, sister, you are not holding the third leg under no circumstances, because I know that's what your intentions are. Your intentions are not to take care of my bad knee, but you want to hold a third leg. And that will not happen. And don't be sitting up here laughing. That is what your intentions are. we're not going to do that. But ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you all again for another edition of the Uncle Luke Show podcast. Hey, man, we're having a good time. We're going to have a good time today, as usual. We are live all over the place. We are live on Instagram. I finally figured out how to get on Instagram. Hello, people at Instagram. Hello. How you doing? Y'all on the most controversial show of podcasts. We just come on here and just talk shit. You know, we're on YouTube Live. We're on Facebook Live. We're on Twitter Live. We're everywhere. All of my platforms. We're live right now currently. And but I love you people over there in YouTube. Y'all make me happy because the numbers are constantly going up. You got to understand. That's the beautiful thing. So if you have not became a subscriber to my YouTube page, because I got all kinds of stuff on there, you need to go over there. On my YouTube page, I have all kinds of stuff on there. You can only imagine the things I have on there. Let me just show y'all a little something that I have on here with me and Tupac that y'all.
Check it out. Once again, right here live. Straight from New York. Freak of the week. Yeah, are you a freak? Freak of the week. Baby, tell me, are you a freak?
Got my man Tupac in the motherfucking house. Yo,
It's me, Luke, and it's Hennessy and Coke.
and
And it's four niggas up in here.
in the fucking Moet. Yo, this is the Raw show. You know, I can't even put my man. I got to put my man in there like that. There, you know, because we do that shit wild.
Or you be beeping everything.
Hell yeah.
I be like, beep, 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 beep. So a nigga can talk his mind, say what he want to say.
On this motherfucker here, you can just do what you want to do.
Up in this bitch with Luke.
Look out for the album.
Johnny
album,
J.
Tupac.
One of my producers. Hey, I got this album.
Right here, baby.
Right. It's called You
Hey,
Change.
tell him.
Double album, Christmas. I'ma tell him right now. If you let a nigga talk, I'ma tell him right now. I'ma tell him right now. Can I tell him right now? Can I tell him right now?
Oh, all right.
Can I?
Tell him the X-rated version. Tell him my
Can I tell him? I got some fat shit. A nigga was in jail for 11 and a half months. I came out with a lot of shit to talk about. I went in the studio straight from jail, 20 songs, double album, Euthanasia. I got a song with Nate Dogg. I got a song with Roger. I got a song with George Clinton. I got a song with Dre. I got a song with Snoop. I got a song with Corrupt, Jazz, Rage, Faith from Bad Boy.
Stand up, make a buck for a buck and pay her half of what she worth.
We got shit in the archives that you don't only imagine. I got all kinds of stuff in the archives. Next year, we're going to open up the archives to the world. Remember, before all these other podcasts, which they didn't call it a podcast at that time, before all those other podcasts, it was the Uncle Luke's Peep Show. It was the Freak Show. And we interviewed people like Tupac, Biggie, Jay-Z, Puff Daddy, Akinyele. We interviewed everybody, even Aaron Hall. All this, Aaron Hall. We interviewed Aaron Hall also. I got the footage. It was my show. And then I got all the footage going to Galveston, Texas. for Black College Spring Break, also in Orlando, Kapalua. Just imagine when I release that footage next year. So we're going to do a combination of introducing you to what you're seeing right now, because we have all this content, and there's a lot of you young people don't know how we really got here, which I have a lot of content that'll help you put two and two together. See, and that was the reason why I did Freaknik. Yes, me, the brainchild of Freaknik. I did Freaknik. I put all the people involved and put the puzzles together. Got with my girl, Nicki over there, and Eric, and everybody had Swirl Films. Then we added all the elements together. We added the elements. We went and shopped it around. Like we have other shows that we've shopped around. And we put people's name on there. Some people try to hijack the actual show and say it was theirs. No. Architect. So we have all these other shows and we have more content. And so I have to bring you guys up to speed. Like I got a Lil Kim show. We did a show, an interview with Lil Kim. This is when Biggie and everybody was living. Did interviews with Biggie. I talked to these people. God bless their souls. You saw Nate Dogg in that little piece there with Tupac. God bless his soul. All those were my friends. They had no problem with interviewing with me, like my friends right now. I'm going to show you all these things included into the Luke Show, because there's going to be a part of the Luke Show where we're going to do storytelling. We're going to go do storytelling from back in the days. We're going to go and to the archives and then, boom, add that into what we're doing right now to get you up to speed on where we were and where we are right now. I got to do a lot of editing to part where I interviewed Jay-Z. Y'all see the Jay-Z clip where him and me talking and the two girls doing the wah, wah, wah. I got to do a lot of editing of that one. You see, the story behind that was Biggie called me to interview Jay-Z. Jay-Z wasn't Jay-Z of who he is right now. Biggie told me, because I was like, Big, who this young dude just keep hanging out with you right there? I see you got Junior Mafia, but then there's this other guy. You know, what's up with Buddy here? No, that's young fella Jay. Jay gonna be the shit, Luke. I'm telling you right now. This is Biggie telling me this. And then I'm doing this peep show, and the peep show is hot. It's on Action Pay-Per-View. Actually, Action Pay-Per-View was owned by BET, which was at the time owned by Bob Johnson. It was a subsidiary of BET. You can imagine. And what I would do was show all these adult versions of the clean version of the videos at night, but then we took it a little further than what other networks were doing. We were creating a scenario around the actual artists based on what they were talking about. So if Akinelli was like, put it in your mouth, so we then had a scene where it was all put it in your mouth scene, and then, you know, same thing Aaron Hall, same thing Lil Kim, same thing everybody. So Biggie said, man, and we blew up artists like blew up. It's all my creation. Shouts out to Keith Paschal. He was the producer of the show. Him and Sunita Bonita. And so we did those shows. And we did those interviews. I even got freak show footage where I would video everything. So I'm going to show you the pit bull before he even got pit bull. Well, he actually went on the road with me, and all this footage of him on the road with me and on the tour bus with braids all the way down his head. Not the people you see right now. Get drunk with the girl dancers. I told him to get drunk, girl dancers, fall in the cooler. Just imagine when you see that footage. All of this is next year. This is the Luke Show on steroids. This is the Luke Show on Viagra. See, it's gonna bring you up to speed that like everything these guys are doing right now. I commend them. I commend Shannon Sharp. I commend all these guys that are podcasts they're doing and the shows they're doing, the interviews. I commend all of them. But all this was going on before. We just didn't call it a podcast. It was a show. It was the Peep Show. It was the free show. And I got the footage. And we're going to show you. Everything that you're seeing right now, the controversial conversations and everything. There were controversial conversations back then. There were controversial conversations, difficult conversations like the one you just saw with Tupac and me. There were difficult conversations at that point where it was me and Biggie. Hey, when the beef was at its height. They don't have that in the 50 Cent documentary because I wouldn't release it. So when you're trying to put two and two together, so Biggie told me this dude Jay-Z is going to be the hottest thing in the world. He called it. He freaking called it. And then me and Biggie went in the studio and did a song. And that was my guy. I love him to death. Both of them dudes, I love them to death. So it's so ironic that we're seeing these documentaries and all these things going on TV right now. And there's a lot of pieces to the puzzle that is not being put on there. Shout out to 50 Cent. Hey, you're doing an excellent job. Oprah and all them want to come. It's so funny, right? That we always attack each other. Oprah, sit your ass down, Oprah. You and Tyler Perry, sit the fuck down, shut the fuck up. Let 50 Cent have his moment. Ain't nobody talk about y'all and y'all master slave movies. You interview many people, Oprah, on your couch, having motherfuckers crying and having motherfuckers high and jumping up on the couch and losing their career and all these things with that all-white audience. So shut the fuck up. Leave 50 Cent alone, Oprah. Same thing for you, Tyler Perry. All these male-bashing movies you make, boss, where you feed into what society has deemed as African-American men that ain't shit, and we cheat on our women when in all actuality, when you do the numbers, our women are actually leaving us. And then when you do the real, put the real together, it ain't us. It's a combination of the two. But I don't see no movies. I don't see you doing no movies where the white man is leaving the white woman or the white woman leaving the white man. I don't see you doing them movies. But you profiting off of tearing down the black man. But then now you got something to say about 50 Cent and what he did on the movie. See, that's us. We just tear each other down and we come for each other because, we want to be the only one making movies. We don't want the only one speaking for black people. That's why I hate all these political consultants and all these us. We just do that to each other. You don't hear no white women tearing no black men down. And you don't see no movies of that shit. Somebody profiting off of all that. So shut the fuck up. Leave 50 Cent alone. Let him do his documentary the way he wants to do his documentary on Puff. Puff get out of jail. Puff can then do his own documentary and everybody be happy and let them do what they do. That is what we call hip hop. Y'all ain't got nothing to do with it. Y'all always hated it. Y'all always had something bad to say about it. So leave us the fuck alone and go on about y'all business. Bottom line. So now, let me get into the show, ladies and gentlemen. I just had to get that off my chest. You know, when I go on, I go on. So speaking of bad people, The fucking Grinch stole Christmas. The Grinch stole Christmas. The Grinch, all my life, I never thought this was going to happen. But y'all actually allowed the Grinch to steal Christmas.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. They're haters. They can't even try to compare. No. You can't try to compare. No. Do you see the lashes? Not slanted. Do you see the eyebrows? Not snatched. Oh yeah, come on. I had to get on there. I had to get it. I had a warning. I had to get you. Oh my God. Oh my God. They're haters. They can't even try to compare. No. You can't try to compare. No. Do you see the lashes? Not slanted. Do you see the eyebrows? Not snatched. Oh yeah.
Now, you probably say, what the fuck are you showing this for, Luke? You do sports, politics, and entertainment. Look, it's Christmas. This guy right here went from no followers to 1 million followers. This guy right at the Grinch at Disneyland or Disney World, one of them places, have lines around the block. Lines actually around the fucking block to see him. And if you look at his story, I want you guys to go on Twitter, follow him, and look at his story, because he's a TikTok king. The guy does voices. This guy's gonna be, mark my word, he's gonna be the next special one. He's gonna be the next special comedian, actor, and all that. This dude, Jim Carrey was the only one who could do the Grinch the way the Grinch was done. Jim Carrey knocked it out the park, and nobody else couldn't follow him. They couldn't even find somebody to follow him. But this kid, and he's a young black man, nailed it. If you go to his page, and I want you to be one of the other members of millions of followers, go to his page and you will see him just do the whole movie. Like boom, 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 boom. And then the guy that hires the guy at the amusement park, and people are lined up around the corner. He just turned to a hero right now. So again, man, shouts out to him. I love it. Shouts out to the brother. Right. Every year we discover stars that's not even there. And that's why I love so much about social media, because before social media, you had to do all this ass kissing and everything, which I never did. All this ass kissing to be discovered. There's so much talent out there in the world that has never been discovered back in those days. And right now, social media, whether it's TikTok or Instagram, or whether it's Snapchat, Twitter, or whatever, you are discovering talent when you never discovered talent before. I don't care whether it's a reporter, a writer, an actor, a comedian, things like that, a singer, or whatever it may be, a football player. You're discovering these things online, and not waiting for somebody or someone to grandfather you in, or some beautiful young lady, she got to go lay her body on the line to be discovered when she has talent, but then she has to be taken advantage of by Hollywood producers, whether it's music or whatever it may be. And that's what I love about today's world when it comes to, all these young people. So speaking of young people, I know my last podcast, again, went viral because I was having this conversation about Nicki Minaj. I was just so taken back by Nicki Minaj, and I still am. And obviously, she deleted all of her accounts because she's been losing millions of followers, not because of me. It's because of the outcry of us people, and, of people from the islands, her followers, her fans. Large part of her fan base is LGBTQ. You go to one of her shows, they show up and they show out, and they know how this administration feels about LGBTQ and how they feel about that community. She turned her back on that community. She turned her back on the island community, the Trinidadian community where she's from. When Trump is deporting all kinds of, whether it's Trinidadians, Haitians, Jamaicans, Bahamians, he's deporting all these innocent people and Mexicans, and losing their livelihood. And nobody would never thought that she would be the one go out there. I hope the sister gets her shit together, come back, and issue people apology, because sometimes, you know, and I'm always the forgiving person, but there's always a pathway to forgive, you know, and if you were deceived or if you thought you were doing the right thing, but we all know that wasn't the right place to be. Under no circumstances, you don't go hang out over there with Charlie Kirk and that crew. That is definitely the wrong place. And for more reasons, the one when he goes out and calls her name out specifically. And see, I don't think I shown this clip of Charlie Kirk himself, the founder of the organization in which she went to speak at with the wife.
Black culture is being held captive by influences, songs,
Which
and role
influences?
models. I mean, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B.
Okay, Nicki Minaj is causing dads to leave the home.
Hold on a second. I don't think that's a good role model for 18-year-old black girls. I don't think that songs that are talking about like glorifying wet female genitalia is exactly, I don't know which one wrote that song. Which one was it?
I think it was Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But by the way, the role models of the 1940s and 50s for black America were completely different.
So it is a representation issue.
Hold on a second. No, not representation. It's who do you get your art from? It's what values are they putting forward? It's the question of every day. For example, more times than not, black politicians will lament the condition of America. It's systemically racist. It's terrible. What does that do to a 14-year-old black kid if you just find that you hear that everything is rigged against you? Instead, they should be saying, hey, there might be some barriers, but if you believe in yourself enough, you can achieve in this country. It creates a form of social conditioning of low expectations.
I mean, that's what Kirk said about her. So when we see Nicki go over there and cape for these people, we then have a problem with that. Some people get on my social media page, well, what did Charlie Kirk really say? Charlie Kirk called our black Supreme Court justice from Miami, went to Miami Palmetto Senior High, low IQ. Called Michelle Obama, low IQ. That's the mega bullhorn where they attack African-American women and say they're low IQ. Lack of brain power. That's what he said about black people. He said black people have lack of brain power, especially for leadership. Prominent black women, unintelligent. Black people are not trustworthy. He said out of his mouth, I see a black pilot, I automatically think he's DEI and he's not qualified. He described black people as a threat to white safety. That's what he said. This is Charlie Kirk. I'm not making this shit up. Black Americans as a threat to white safety, referring to prowling blacks. It keeps going. It blames black culture, not policy, for the violence and poverty. He blames us for violence and poverty in our community. Yes, there's violence and there is poverty within our community. Yes, it is. But last time I checked, we don't own no guns and we don't own no gun stores. Where the fuck are we getting the guns and all that from? This is Charlie Kirk. Civil Rights Act. Huge mistake. Effectively arguing blacks should not have federal protection from discrimination. This man said blacks should not have federal protection from discrimination. Really? So we ain't getting discriminated against. This Charlie Kirk. These are some of the things he said. He dismissed slavery by the legacy of attacking Juneteenth. He dismissed slavery. It never happened. According to him. He attacked Martin Luther King, said Martin Luther King is not a good person. He's a black liberation leader. I mean, black racism, regularly suggested by black people, denies lives of reality to justify inequalities. I can go on and on and on about the shit that this man say. So who in the fuck sent Nicki there? Who sent her there? Who are her handlers? I wish she could say that somebody got her account and hacked it. But no, they couldn't hack her way on that fucking stage. These people go on and on and on and on, talking about black people. That's their agenda. I am a protector of free speech. I am a person with the Supreme Court protecting free speech. I will always protect free speech. I don't see you in the back here, Mr. Streeter. I will always protect free speech. And that's what I'm on. That's what I'm on. So, Turning Point, they could say what they want to say. The Ku Klux Klan could say what they want to say. I fight for their free speech to be able to say the things that they want to say, how they want to say it. But do we subscribe to that? You got to know where you're going at. You got to know who you're getting ready to talk to. Now, if you were going there to talk to these people and talk some sense into these people's mind and say, hey, look, hold on, y'all out of fucking line, then that's one thing. I respect that. That's one thing. But speaking of talking to some people and getting their mind right, damn, what happened to Streeter? I saw him there briefly. He's not there no more. But yeah, it's bad out here. We're going to 2026. We got another year upon us with the Orange Man. And speaking of the Orange Man, before don't worry, I'm gonna get into this University of Miami versus these guys. I mean, we're gonna get into that. But before we get into that, this is a hot topic right here. See, there's a lot of things happening in Congress. People ask me like, Luke, are you really considering running for Congress? And I'm like, yeah, I'm really considering running for Congress because there was a lot of bills and there was a lot of discussions and there was a lot of committee discussions about certain bills that's getting ready to come out that's going to eventually affect us. Speaking of affect us, there's the major affecter, Mr. Streeter. I can't hear you, Streeter. We cannot hear you.
What's going on, man? What's up? What's going on?
I'm good, man. How you feeling, man? How you feeling? Football Bill Streeter, ladies and gentlemen. That's the one and only Streeter. He's on the road. He's everywhere. He's at all the University of Miami football games. Y'all give him a round of applause.
Ain't everywhere, man. Ain't everywhere. Just been a few places.
You've been a few places. Hey, man. Yeah. Hey, listen. Before we get into some of these other things, I know we're going to talk about University of Miami, but there are some serious issues going on. But then I want to know, again, I mean, Footballville, y'all everywhere. This is, did you ever think, do you ever, I think, I don't know who I was talking to you about this or somebody else yesterday about this. Miami going to Texas A&M, then going from Pittsburgh, that was essentially a playoff game also. Going from Pittsburgh to Texas A&M, Now they're at Houston, and now they're in Dallas. And if they win, they'll go to Arizona. That's a major undertaking in Christmas time for somebody. The average parent, the average fan. That's a lot of money, huh?
Yeah, I know for a fact it's a lot of money because I invented a media company, right? Solely invented a media company, got 1 million followers called social media. But what comes with that is that my company has to foot the bill every time these jokers win. Yeah, so it is a huge undertaking. Yeah, you gotta fly out there, you gotta cover, you know what I'm saying? I got the villains, I gotta take care of them, get them content, I gotta get hotels, and then God forbid my lady want to go. Oh Lord, she think about everything else but work. She want to go party, she want to go Lord.
And then it's the same time of New Year's and Christmas. And then you still, Streeter, with the wife, you still got February, and that's the mobiles with Valentine's.
Oh yeah, nobody get no presents.
What?
Nobody get no presents. Hey, Canes went to the playoffs. That's everybody present.
Oh Lord. Oh, so all this fighting and screaming and hollering, we need to go to the playoffs. We need to go to the playoffs. And now here we're in the playoffs.
And it's like, whoa. I ain't take all this into consideration.
It's like your credit cards and shit burning up in your pocket.
Yeah, bro. That's being independent. For all y'all people that work in jobs and want to be entrepreneurs and being independent. Hey, this the other side of that shit, Luke. I might get me some dancers or some shit going on, something on some peep show on the side show or something, fool. I don't know what's going on.
Oh man. Hey, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we do. Hey, look, if you want to be this is probably the best time for you all to be a sponsor of Footballville. Y'all better go up in there. You might get you some discounted rates. The man got over 1 million followers that you may want to be associated with. So you might want to go over there right now and get you a cut rate on having a sponsors package. Of Streeter and of him on the streets.
It's tough, bro. I mean, listen, man, I might well make one of them goddamn 99-cent kid commercial from back in the days. You want to help them kids, they just show them kids in Africa with flags flying around them and stuff. Man, and you know what I'm saying? I don't even know if it was real or fake, you know what I'm saying? But they used to get people, I might well make one of them commercials, dog. You know what I'm saying? Donate the football. Donate the Footballville.
No, we're gonna get you.
He ain't going to Arizona. Fuck that. Hell no.
We're gonna get you. What they call them? What they call that thing where they raise the money?
A GoFundMe.
GoFundMe. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna start a GoFundMe from Streeter so he can continue going and covering the team. And see, most of the reporters are on the airplane. You would think that Miami, which I ain't gonna get into that because we're gonna be nice. That Miami would put him on the airplane with all the other reporters and all the other writers because he does such a great job, and he represents our community. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I love the NABJ, because they get involved in these type of things when black media gets disenfranchised. Is 305 on the airplane, or do they have to get their own way there?
I'm not sure. They move around pretty good. You know what I'm saying? There's some young boys. They got the first time everybody ever saw them was on my platform. I interviewed them because they were some high school kids at the time. They get around pretty good though. I was talking to him in Texas the other day. He had just flew in. I don't know. I don't know how they're doing it. I don't know on the plane. I don't know how they do it. I don't know who's on the plane and not on the plane. I just know, I mean, when it comes to the Canes, man, if you followed us, we've done a lot for the Canes on and behind the scenes. I mean, we talk to parents. I've told stories about parents calling us and us giving them advice and parents, and they ended up at the University of Miami. We've done a lot for them. I mean, but we've created a media business, which sometimes we have to. Sometimes we're for University of Miami. Sometimes we ask hard questions to the University of Miami, right? So basically, we're not partnered with them or anything, but a little help I help. We help sometimes, so we help them. A little help.
Before we get into University, man, because I got some questions to ask you about your take on the game. There's a couple situations that's in Congress right now today that directly goes towards something that's dear to your heart, which is youth sports, as well as NIL. And so I want you to take a look at this and give me your opinion.
Used to be a great equalizer, where children from all backgrounds could learn teamwork and grit and build community bonds. Today, it has become the next victim of a financialized economy. Private equity is stealthily capturing youth sports, using the same playbook it has deployed in veterinary clinics, nursing homes, fire truck manufacturing, and countless other industries. Kids are burning out because of specialization, and injuries are on the rise. Families are going into debt, and it's based on a lie. 49% of parents believe their children will earn an athletic scholarship. In fact, only 2% of college applicants actually do. So what does youth sports look like today? Take 3 Step. It claims to be one of the largest youth sport event organizers in the country. It operates over 5,000 clubs across 7 sports and promises families, quote, immediate national brand recognition within the college recruiting landscape. Black Bear Sports Group operates over 40 hockey rinks across the Midwest and East Coast. A recent report by The Lever revealed that Black Bear is often the only game in town for hockey leagues.
Now, when you see something like this and them going to Congress, calling out all of these major organizations who are giving these parents this false sense of security as if they sign up, pay $1,000, and they're going to help their kids get scholarships. When you see things like this, what's the first thing come on your mind?
Do you think that's effective, Luke?
Oh, it's big business.
You give $1,000 and
not effective. Right.
The question was, is it effective? Like, it seems very blanket, and it seems like they're getting out in front of parents' hope, right? Their hope that their kids can get a scholarship. But I didn't know it was big business. I didn't know that was going on.
It gets. So check this piece out right here.
Investigating youth sports, and while this isn't a political channel, you need to at least be aware of what's going on. On December 16th, the House Early Childhood, Elementary, and Secondary Education Subcommittee held a hearing on youth sports called Benched, the Crisis in American Youth Sports and its Cost to Our Future. During the course of the hearing, they heard from 4 people: Tom Ferry from Aspen Institute, you may know them from Project Play; Steve Boyle from 241 Sports; Catherine Van Dyke from American Economic Liberties; and John O'Connor from Changing the Game Project. I'm going to share a couple of the highlights from the witnesses with you, just so you can hear some of the things that are being proposed and that Congress might be looking into. And I want to thank the guys at Buying Sandlot for summarizing this for me so I can get it out to you pretty easily. Van Dyke suggested that platforms that sell exposure to college coaches and recruiters could be making illegal claims. She also called on Congress to curb private equity with existing and new antitrust laws. So who knows what's going to come from that. Ferry suggested an idea to use federal sports betting tax revenues to fund youth sports. He also said all leagues should be required to register with the U.S. Center for Safe Sport and adhere to safe sport compliance and safety measures. He said that only about 1/3 of youth sports organizations currently sit under that, and suggested that registration should be incentivized with offerings like subsidized background checks. During the course of the hearing, they also talked about the benefits of youth sports and tried to find ways to fund recreational and school sports to create opportunities to improve experiences and to grow participation. Now, I have no clue what will come of this. None of us do at this point, or if the government even will intervene in any way, but hopefully, with the amount of attention the current issues in youth sports are getting, we can have a somewhat healthier youth sports climate in the coming years. However, no amount of safeguards or funding will help if we as parents don't also do the work to have a healthy view and approach to youth sports.
So it's big business, Streeter. It's on the Congress level.
Right.
Right now. I mean, it has turned into 4 organizations. And that's why you heard them say the on 3 guy. It has turned into about 4 organizations that parents are leaning on, and they're telling them that we're going to get your kid a college scholarship, baseball, basketball, hockey, whatever it may be. And parents are signing up to this shit.
Where is this happening at though? I would love
all
across the country. I ain't seen it in. I ain't seen it on 72nd Street yet. I ain't seen it. I ain't seen it at the liquor store down there. I ain't seen it down there yet. I ain't seen it over there.
And that's the thing, Streeter. You're not going to see that at Northwestern, any schools around here, St. Thomas, Heritage, or Edison, Central. You're not going to see that there. But where you're going to see these people, and why you're going to see these people take advantage of kids who are not as talented and kids who are playing in programs that are not. It's a couple ways. Parents who got a lot of money, basically the parents who got a lot of fucking money, they feel like they're going to get around them playing at the black and blue school, and they're going to then take their money, give it to somebody, some consultant. This guy saying, "Oh yeah, some of the best coach in the world," and I used to coach, and I can get your son in scholarship, and these are the schools that we work with. That's what's going on.
It's like buying insurance. It's like buying life insurance for your kid when they 5. Or they're purchasing hope, right? So
Hope.
The fine line has to say, like, we're not guaranteeing a scholarship or anything like that. But once you give your money up, it's just, yeah, it's hope. And you could do that to hundreds of thousands of families. I get it. I get it now. I get it.
It's like,
let me explain something to you. The FBU goes around and they have this middle school tournament and they have these camps and stuff, right? The FBU would have a team in Miami. It would come after youth football. They would have teams across the country, and they would do it by city, by state. By city, you would have a team, and it would kind of be by city or state, and they'll come together, play a tournament. FBU will have camps across the country. Then they'll let you get invited to the Army All-American game. But FBU stopped coming. Now think about this: a football all-star camp organization stopped coming to South Florida because the parents didn't want to pay for anything. They felt entitled. So when you would look at the FBU camps, they were strategically placed across the country in places where it's like, well, those aren't hotbed recruiting places of football.
Wow.
But they were in the business, of going places where their business model worked. Not necessarily where the guys were. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then I'm pretty sure they take credit for certain players that already had scholarships and already was looked at and already was evaluated, and then they put them on the front cover of the website and say that they worked with this guy here and that guy and took some pictures, and before you know it, it's almost like a fucking Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, that's kind of tough. Some strong words, Luke. Some strong words. I'll go back. It's like insurance.
That's the clean.
It's like insurance. It's like insurance. It's like, hey, man, give me your money in case some shit happens. Like,
that's a nice way of saying it. But think about it. Think about it. Mom, a lawyer, dad, doctor. They got money. They're spending money for training. They're spending money for all these extra things. They're going to the same places, the Barbarinos and everybody else. They're going to, they're getting the extra training from the trainer on the park and the trainer in the facility. Mm-hmm. And then now it's like, okay, we're playing on a little travel team, or a team here, or a team there, and all of a sudden we got to go the extra mile. Now your name is in the system, and before you know it, you start getting these emails from these organizations, from these recruiting services that say, "Hey, look, we can get your child an offer. We have this big ass database that we reach out to all these college scouts and we communicate to them on a regular basis, and this is our rate." And before you know it, they then rob the people of their money. So if you're doing that countrywide, and again, like the lady said, it's 4 organizations that's doing that. You have hockey organizations, you have baseball organizations, you have football, and they are raking in tons of money from these gullible parents who have no idea what the hell is really happening when it comes into recruiting.
Does it work sometimes?
Does it work? Streeter, you know better. You know better. Let me say this. The football guy from Louisville, Texas, or anybody, any place, they can call up Streeter and get that information who that guy is.
Right.
They call Streeter up right now and say, "Hey, Streeter, man, tell me the top 5. Who's the best receiver down there? Who the best running back down there? Who the best D lineman? Is there anybody we miss? Is there anybody?" And Streeter is gonna say, "You may look at Bobby, because Bobby is over there and he's being under recruited, and Bobby got something. You do that, and it becomes word of mouth."
Right.
And so a lot of these parents are getting taken advantage of, in my opinion.
Facts. No, fact, especially in places where the football scene isn't. Every football scene isn't like Miami. Everybody, even if you start traveling up north Florida, like they're not all on par with the football scene. You got high school juniors, 4-stars have not been to a college, haven't been on a tour. So in most places the parents don't have a clue.
It's amazing. Now let me ask you, since I wanted to get into the political part of it, and that's partially one of the main reasons why I probably end up making a strong decision to run for Congress, because I look at this. They're going to speak to Congress. No congressmen and women, they have no idea how NIL works. I was going to get into that because that's a whole nother issue in Congress, NIL. They're trying to come up with legislation and proposals to deal with that issue. And now it's youth sports. So you don't have any congressmen and women who are even remotely aware of these type of things. They have to then look at research and people from their community to try to explain to them on these committees. And at the end of the day, what ends up happening is they fuck up something. But let me ask you, going into this University of Miami game, I know you're getting ready to go out there, and and you've been covering the team all year. I want to know, are we going to get any version of this?
Tillman to make the toss as the visitor. It's ahead, and it's...
Are we going to get that? Oh, Streeter, please tell me. Give me some hope. Give me some hope. Give me some fucking hope. Tell me we're going to get that, because this is what this game is on. This game is personal, just like that. At the coin toss, it's supposed to be the stare down like that. Are we good? Please tell me.
Well, you won't.
You gotta lie to me. Just tell me.
Highsmith, when I interviewed Highsmith told me ever since that coin toss, they took the mics away. You can't hear what the players say anymore, per se. You know what I'm saying? So you won't hear nobody talking. But when it comes to this team has a lot of that in them, Luke. Really? Yeah, we talk about 104,000 screaming fans. I'm at Texas last week. and the fans are walking up to us and talk to these two guys outside selling tickets, and they said Miami only played in front of 70,000, and there's 104 screaming fans gonna be in the stadium tomorrow. And this team, they don't give a fuck, Luke. They don't.
Really?
Nah, they don't. They don't. They're a confident bunch. They're a mature bunch. And I think they have a chip on their shoulder because this ACC, SEC, Big 12, little brother, big brother bullshit, right? What people don't realize is that when they step on the field with you is that, goddamn, they're big, they fast, and they're going to hit you in your mouth. Whether a flag get thrown or not, they're going to hit you. And they don't, this team they don't fear. They showed up at Texas the other day. When they got off that bus, I was standing there recording for the Villains. I was live with the Villains, my membership. They was ready from go, Luke. Really? They was ready. Yeah, they was ready. They was ready from go. And the Villains, we had did so much homework, like you've been in there a few times, about we had them watch every game. So we felt that Texas A&M wasn't what we thought they were. And when Miami got off those buses, it appeared that they felt the same way.
Really? So I remember calling you up and you said Joe Brown said y'all gonna get there by 11 o'clock.
right. Joe, you're getting there at 11 o'clock, Joe. That's game time now. We need y'all a little early, Joe. All right?
Hey, I was like, okay, well, shit, they getting ready to be like the old Central Rocket days when I was coaching with Telly Lockett. We just stretch at the school, hop out the back of the bus, and go play. Fuck the stretching. We going right now on the field and play. I was like, oh Lord.
Nah, Joe, I think Joe had his time a little off. Joe had forgot we went back an hour, man. But nah, Joe, they let them. We ain't gonna get there 11. But they got there roughly 9:30, and game faces on. It's like I said, it's a confident bunch. It's a tough bunch, and I think a lot of these teams across the country brought into this ACC bullshit. And I think when Miami step on the field, not the coaches. I'm sure the coaches throughout the week are like Biggie was. Frank, pay attention. These motherfuckers are hitchmen, right? The coach is trying to wake them up and tell them, "Hey, listen, man, this ain't." But I think when they get on the field, the team realizes, oh, these motherfuckers are actually bigger than us. They faster than us. You know what I'm saying?
And let me tell you, Streeter, it goes back to it's crazy that you say that because it goes back to my first conversation with Mario at the Cuban restaurant in Coral Gables.
Mm-hmm.
I forget the name of it. It goes back to my first conversation with him, and he's saying, "Look, man, when I was at bowl practice, the team is not big enough." He was like, "We're not big enough." And knowing that he's come from the SEC and he sees these big guys at Alabama and going to Oregon and seeing these big ass Samoans, big everything, it was like, I got to get this team big enough. And then even before that, that's what Mark Richt whole thing was, changing the size of the team, because we always been a Swayze, finesse, faster than you team. I think people caught up to that. And when Rick came in, he wanted them to be SEC big, similar to Georgia big, and a combination of fast. And so when you look at that and having that conversation, and now you look 4 years later, he has this big ass team and very athletic that's able to compete like that. And I guess that's why we all have issues when we lose 2 games in the ACC, and you go to the game again and you come back and say, hey, look, I go into the Villains and you say, hey, look, shit, Streeter, did we look bigger than them people over there? What was going on? You got the motherfucker like JV over there, and we look like Foxy. You know what I'm saying? So I think, which we know that he built this team and this program to deal with this type of element, this type of football. You know what I'm saying? This type of, okay, you're going to play in the playoff. Majority of the teams in the playoff is going to be from the SEC. Then the other majority of the teams is going to be for the Big Ten. So that's what the fuck you're going to have to deal with. You could build a team to win the ACC, but you're going to get your ass handed to you in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So when you look at this team, so basically what you're saying is what this man actually built this team to be able to take on these type of teams, correct?
Yeah, Ohio State is giving up, I think, 86 yards a game on the ground. I think Miami's giving up 83, or either the other way around. Nobody has really ran all over them. But what Mario built at Miami, what Miami built, you know what I'm saying, is a defensive line, O-line, big team that's suited to go in there and hand that ball to Mark Fletcher, and it's going to be mano a mano, and we're going to see, okay, if Miami can run the ball on these guys. That's what he's built. He's built a team that can go in there with Ohio State, that can go in there with Georgia, and it's like, okay, motherfucker, we are big enough to run the ball on y'all, and let's see what gives. This is not what people think that you're. Oh, the ACC team, they got a smart coach. They scheme it. No, bro. Like this team was built in the trenches. Purposely, right. He built it in the trenches. The last 2 years, Miami has recruited more 5 stars in the trenches than any team in the country.
Wow.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they line up, put Mark Fletcher in the pistol, and they do have success early versus Ohio State running the ball.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either, because I sat down and watched 6 of their games. You know, when you're a coach, you can sit there and evaluate the film, you know, and break it down to whatever terms I can break it down and kind of get a good idea as to what they're trying to do on offensive side of the ball and the defense side of the ball. I think they're weak between the guard and the 2 guards, and they like to do a lot of pulling. And Bo Jackson is a very patient runner. He knows how to run between the tackles based on what they do and all that. And I know Day is now calling the plays because I don't think he's trusting his offensive coordinator, now head coach at South Florida. And then you got Tate, you got Jeremiah, you got Bo Jackson. I think Bo Jackson is the most lethal threat to touch the ball more than anybody, to then put in a situation where either you're going double coverage, Jeremiah, you can go cover 2, or you're going to have to go cover 3 man, which is going to be very difficult. Now, you covered Jeremiah Smith since he was 8 years old, or maybe younger than that.
Yeah.
You've seen him go from Jeremiah Smith on the park, Jeremiah Smith at high school, Jeremiah Smith now in college. You're very good friends with the family. You're very close with them. You was a part of the recruiting process, knowing a lot about that. Now he's a Ohio State football player.
Mm-hmm.
Is this game personal for him?
Well, it sounded like it the other day, right? No, he sounded like it the other day, right? It sounded like the other day that he was basically like somebody asked him a question about Miami and talking about the revenge and what happened in 2000, and he sounded like he's fed up with it. And it was like the first day of media. He was like, "Hey, listen, they keep talking about something happened 20 years ago. I'm surprised he didn't say I wasn't even born." But then he ended it with, "Hey, we'll have something from him come December 31st. And I just think that's Jeremiah. I just think that's Jeremiah talking from his heart, not necessarily talking from a media place where the team wants to sit down and say, "Hey, listen, we're going to do this. We're going to talk about this," being polished, right? I think he said what was on his mind. His competitiveness came out, and he basically said, "Hey, they will have something from him on December 31st. So is it, he made the right decision. God damn it, he's the most famous college football player the last 2 years in college football. He got ads everywhere. So if he was close to coming to Miami, he chose Ohio State, and he made the right decision. So is it personal for him? I think anytime he has to come back home to Miami, right? So the last thing he wants is to come home with an L. You know what I'm saying, in the summer, and the people in Miami gets to say, you should have stayed home. You should have stayed home. Even though he's filthy rich and he's super famous, the fans are still going to feel the same way. But here's the thing, Luke. You got Brandon Ennis, who you got CJ Donaldson, who Miami didn't recruit, the running back who went to West Virginia. Now he's a running back. Then we got Mark Fletcher, who cried when Ohio State offered him, then decommitted when he found out some things that he didn't like about the recruiting process, decommitted, and now he ended up with Miami. Like,
oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, you got the picture of Malachi going around with the Ohio State headband on as a freshman, like he liked Ohio State early in his recruitment. But it's a lot of entwined going on between the recruiting of Miami and Ohio State. But I would think personally for Jeremiah to ask the question. No, I'm sure he doesn't want to come back home. I'm sure he wants to kick our ass because he wants to complete. Hey, listen, I made the right decision. We kicked our ass, and I became super famous. And one of these days, they're gonna give me the Heisman.
Yeah. What does any part of Miami making a statement some time ago? I mean, you can tell me whether it's true or not. When they got JoJo and they said, "Oh, we didn't recruit Jeremiah that heavy because we thought JoJo was a better athlete than him." That's not true. I think when they put them next to each other, they saw what a lot of people see, that JoJo is one of the most fluid athletes. Like the things that he do come easy. Like he makes it look easy. You've seen numerous kids, Luke. You've seen some kids where it's like they woke up in the morning and football comes easy to them. Being athletic comes easy to them. And I think when they put them side to side, and saw them both in workouts, they felt JoJo had that, not necessarily the machine that Jeremiah is when it comes to work ethic and all these things. But he had that, like the talent side of it was like JoJo had an edge on that. Right. Yeah, that I think just like you say, I really hope we find a way to get JoJo the ball because I think that sibling rivalry will take place, which will make it a classic game. And for more reasons, it'll be two guys from South Florida take over national TV on New Year's Eve, along with Malachi, and along with Fletcher, along with and like I keep telling people, you got to watch Ennis. You got to watch Ennis in the cut. We're joined by one of the greats of all greats, Melvin Bratton, former player, University of Miami football. What up, Mel?
What's going on?
What it do, bro? What's happening?
Hey, man. Hey, we get ready for Ohio State, baby.
Man, listen. They run their capping. I know Jeremiah wasn't born, but we talking about some old shit from back in the day, bro. This is like we hadn't slept since that goddamn day, bro. When they robbed us. You know what I'm saying? So, no, this blood and these youngins that's coming in with Ruben Bain, them, they get it. They get it, dog. They really get it, man. So I'm excited about this game.
I mean, hey, man, you and we already know you and Baines and all y'all family and the Baines family. You practically raised this kid from a kid, and if anybody on that team he knows because of the association with you and the uncle and everybody else.
Well, Talbot Bain, my best friend and college roommate, T. Bain used to take. We call him Shine. They used to take Ruben Bain, Lil Shine. He loaded up in we call it the kidnap van, and he would put him in the kidnap van and take him down south to all the camps. So as 8th grade, he had like 5 or 6 shorties that he used to take down there. So Ruben Bain, which is Shine, he understands the culture. And then when they was coming out of high school, he had the same mindset because, that we had. He wanted to go change that program. Let's rewind. Let's go back. How all this shit got started. It started with, far as 2 Live Crew #1, Luther Campbell, saw me at high school, right, at a jam. I don't know if you remember this. It was at a park, and I was my senior year, and I was indecisive where I was going to go, and I took a trip to Michigan, Ohio State, Pitt, Texas. Texas A&M sent a private jet to pick up me, Bain, and Tommy Streeter, and I was supposed to go to Southern Cal. I was going so I could just check out the chicks out there in Hollywood. So I ain't give a shit about the USC, but I want to take that trip. So I run into you, right, my senior year, and you walked up to me, and you saw it say Melvin Bratton. I looked. I said, man, that's Luke Campbell. That's Luke, Uncle Luke. What up, bro? Like that. He said, all right, what the hell you gonna do? You remember this? You said, man, what the hell you gonna do? Come on, man, stay here and change this program around. And it was one more, Bob Kaufman, the coach from Killian. He had a show that came on Saturday after the football game, and they had to replay. They played the Northwestern games to replay, and he was doing the commentating. So then Bob Kaufman, about a week later, say, somebody better tell Mel Bratton if he stays home, he can go to the University of Miami and play right away. And because all we have is Speedy Neal, Albert Bentley, and Keith Griffin. I'm like, damn, okay. So now me and High, fast forward, me and High on the phone every night. We met, saying in high school. And I was like, bro, what you gonna do? He said, man, I don't know. What you going to do? I said, man, I'm sick of these fucking Ohio States. I visit Ohio State. When you go to Ohio State, all they say, man, whatever you do, don't go to Michigan. I went to Michigan. Whatever you go to Michigan, don't go to Ohio State. So I told High, I said, man, fuck all these people, with about not go here, go here. I said, bro, this like, we talking on the phone like 1 a.m. I said, you know what, man? In my spirit, man, it say, let's stay home and change the culture of Miami football. We didn't know what the hell we were speaking into existence, honestly, you know what I'm saying? So we having that conversation like back and forth, bruh. I said, hi, you know what? We should do this. I said, you know what? I was thinking the same thing. I said, bruh, let's call Coach Axe tomorrow. We'll tell him we coming. This is before signing day. We'll tell him we coming, but they got to keep it quiet because we don't want it to get out. So mess around, we hit Axe. Axe hit Snellenberger. And Dan Levertard today, I want to whoop Dan ass. Me and him, we good friends now. This motherfucker, he broke the story, bro. And my mama didn't even know where I was going. You know what I'm saying? Looked up the Miami Herald the next morning. Mel Bratton commits and Highsmith commits to go to Miami. I was like, how the hell? So we called Dan. I don't know who Dan. Dan was a young reporter then at the Miami Herald. I called him, man, and called him all kind of MFs, and I went off like, man, why the hell did you do this? But Axe and them had leaked it on that side so the other teams could back off and leave us alone. So it was a ploy. But because you was very instrumental in far as staying home. And then when you had chopped it up and talked, you told me in my senior year, he said, man, listen, I'm a Canes fan, but man, we need y'all. He said, man, and then I said, bruh, I looked at you, I was like, man, damn. Then we go to Burger King on 54, Willie Teller,
Not 54.
buy a Whopper, cuz, and get 2 tickets to the UM game. I'm like, damn, did I make the right decision?
Buy a Whopper, get 2 tickets. Hey, man,
No.
I tell
That's crazy.
I tell people all the time, Melvin Bratton, Toba Bain, Jerome Brown are the architects of all this shit. Swag, the whole 9 yards. This man right on here, people, is and I say it all the time, whether he's on here or not, or wherever I be at, because again, when you saw him play at Miami Northwestern, it was electrifying. I mean, it was standing room only. You see this dude go from one end, go to the next end, and go out, and then take that same game and go to the University of Miami and basically recruit everybody. Because that dude there, he got the meanest talk game in the world. So now you're a big time agent. You represent tons of guys in the first round, still representing top of the line guys. When you look at a game like this right here and you see all this type of talent, how do you measure up the talent on both sides? I mean, you got first round draft picks on both sides. When you really look at it and you look at our Canes, how we measure up to their talent from a agent standpoint, from an executive. I mean, and then at the same time, you pretty much, people probably don't remember, he's one of the architects of the Washington Redskins when they were the Redskins in the player personnel department. When you look at both of these teams, how they measure up, I mean, who has the most?
Well, first off, I put my scouting hat on. If I go to a game like this, or even I'm not there, the first game that if like say Ruben Bain, I'm going to put the Ohio State game on first. That's you want to see the top competition. I don't want to see them against Tulane. I don't want to see them against Boise State. I don't want to see them against the games they're supposed to win. If you can't show up on a game like this is a money game. I tell any client that I'm recruiting and talking to, say, listen, there's certain games in your schedule you got to circle. You got to be consistent, but an NFL team that's going to give you a bag, millions of dollars, they want to see how you played against the big boys. Now, if you lay down and it's going to be a question mark, like, man, shit, I don't know about this dude here. And me and Highsmith get into it all the time. You know, he the director at the Patriots. So, like, when they took got the quarterback now in Tampa Bay, they drafted him at Cleveland in the first round, Baker Mayfield. And I called him. I said, y'all ass finna get fired. I said, man, why did y'all pull that trigger, man? That's the wrong motherfucker. Y'all took the wrong dude. So I'm always 100 with them and far as certain guys and, far as talking. But to go from a scouting perspective, because these guys gotta show up. Now, Ohio State has two gangster linebackers, you know what I'm saying? I can't think of the name. One of them I had talked to briefly, the dad, but he was slick. He like a Miami dude where he got more game than Parker Brothers. Dog, that motherfucker will sell you dreams, sell you a bag of roaches, and you got roaches running around your house. I'm like, damn, cuz. So I spoke with him, Arnez, that he gangster 20. Then he got another linebacker, then you got Caleb Downs. So those guys cannot not, you know what I'm saying, they got him in the top of the creme. They got to perform. Jeremiah got another year. He should be the first one to protest like Herschel Walker. If I was him, I would say, man, F these people. I'm going pro because, I mean, they holding these kids back. Everybody else can go pro at any given time from basketball, baseball, whatever it is. Football is the only one that's not allowing these kids to get the bag, and you take a shot and get hurt like I did. So I wish Jeremiah could come out this year. But to go back, Ohio State has not really on offense, they have not protected that quarterback. If you watch what Indiana did to them, they was on their ass. I'm talking about, bro, they was, and not saying they have mediocre D-line, but they're not the line that Messidor and Bain are, you know what I'm saying, and the guys that we have. So that's why Jeremiah's frustrated, because he ain't gonna be able to get the ball. You know what I'm saying? He would not be able to go. They gonna have to dink and dunk and get the ball in his hand early right now. There's no deep routes. There's no digs on curls and all that shit. That they ain't gonna have time for that. So they gonna have to scheme that to get the ball out that kid's hand very quick. If not, they gonna have problems. But honestly, I mean, not saying I'm McCain. The key to this team, we went through this. When Malachi had fumbled that ball, he went to the sideline. The kid cried. I mean, tears. I'm watching him on TV. And then Fletcher comes over there to the side and nurture him. And what Fletcher had said in the ACC after the game on that platform, he told him, say, listen, man, get out of that. He said, look, you've been carrying us all this year. Don't let this one game far as doing that. And then me, I know De-La, you know what I'm saying? I helped De-La get to the league. I put De-La in the workout with Andre Johnson at the U, and that's when he ran that 4.2. And that's when John Guy, who's my guy, you know John as well, I told John Guy, I said, look, you better put him on the plane now. And John Guy taking the Buffalo and signing him. I'm the one put De-La in that workout, you know what I'm saying, and told him that I got a kid. And Andre Johnson was the only receiver. He needed some help. I mean, he only one person that year. So I said he needs somebody to give him a breather. So that's how De-La got a shot. But go back to Malachi and Fletch. When Fletch said that, he said, man, shake that shit off basically in so many words and get back out there, whatever, like that. And I wanted to see, I said, this kid got too much fight in him. He like us, cuz he come from that fire. When I saw him say, look, I got another opportunity, I'm going to make the best of it. That's what changed Miami football right there. Between when that dude, that's how Jerome Brown, and that's how we went at each other. When I fumbled the ball, the defense looking at me said, man, your ass cost us this bread. You know what I'm saying? We got to go see Midnight, Big Nate, all the boys at Inferno and Strawberries on Wednesday. Then we see them on Saturday night. We getting chicken wings. We get $1,000 in our pocket. I ain't going to say what you did, but, bro.
Lord.
But that motivated us because we felt that the most of the fans from University of Miami are not students at the U. It's the local people. You know what I'm saying? Texas and them don't have that pressure that we have. They don't have that pressure when they can't walk around the streets. They can't be seen after a loss like that. If we get out behind whooped by Louisville and SMU, nobody from the U was out. I'm telling you, I didn't want to go to the city when we lost, bro, because the streets, man, are hard in Miami. They don't give a shit. They gonna put that pressure. I fought against Kansas City as a sophomore, dog, on a punt. Dog, and this is a true story. I fumbled the ball, right, in the damn at Miami-Dade. Dog, I come to the sideline. I'm looking like, damn, I got my head down. Kansas City get the ball on the 5-yard line to get ready to score. Our defense shut them down. I go to the sideline. I'm crying like Malachi. I got my head down. Bane walk up. Man, get your bitch ass up, man. Why you running? Stop that crime. I say, dog, it's a nigga at the gate got a pistol. The nigga lifted up and said, yo, hey, five. He pulled the pistol up. You got to face that iron, young nigga. You got to face that iron. You done fucked my buddy up. And I'm sitting there like, man, what in the hell I done got myself into in this Liberty City shit, man, as far as Mount Western. And the mindset is like that. That's why the swagger, what you talking about, came from. The way Miami playing is because of the inner city schools, Edison, Northwestern, Jackson, Kansas City. There ain't not no Chaminade and all of that shit up there. That shit wouldn't even exist out there. You know what I'm saying? We say when guys go up there, their mama done caught the number and they done hit the lotto and they ass done moved up there to their Broward County. So, cuz right now, that mindset, that swagger came from Dade County football, dog. Northwest
Right.
Boys Club, Southwest Boys Club, CBC, Lenny Harris. That's where all that mindset came from, the inner city, and we carried that down to Miami because we tell everybody in the locker room, bruh, we can't lose this shit, man. We got to go back to the crib. Them Negroes on 15th, they ain't playing. That's where Moonsault was shot at, bro. So shit, we can't go back to 15th, Mr. Wonderful Store, eat that sausage sandwich, and we done got our ass whooped, bro.
You already know, boy.
What Moose Son was shot at? What was Moose Son shot at?
On 15, and we missed it. We were mad. We was in practice. Cuz had called me, said, Cuz, we shoot the video. Get your ass down here, man, like that. I didn't know they was gonna rock the stuff, the gear. He didn't tell. See, he always keeps shit to the chest, always, till today. So
You
we
already
pulled
know.
up. We on the way. We rushing down there because we had practice, man, and we got out kind of late. Dog, the Moon Sun video was shot right on 15 at Mr. Wonderful Store in that corner, and we got there. Cuz looked up. He said, "Man, we just wrapped," and all of us was sick, dog. We was sick, dog. It was shot right on 15, bro.
Hey, let me ask you: Are we gonna get this team?
Gentlemen, to make the toss as the visitor. It's a head and a
Boy, you pull one out there.
What the fuck was going on there?
Listen, them three clowns right there, right? Them three, I just, I talked to, God bless the dead, we miss JB, but like you said, that was the anchor. Them fools right there, they the ones started the fatigue shit too. Cause we kept getting in trouble, you know what I'm saying? We got in trouble all the time, and the media was at us, and we get pulled over. The police was messing with us. Dave, Broward, Monroe, they was fucking with us. So we was like, man, we sick of this. They got me talking about stole some damn $20 sunglasses out of the mall at Dayland, and I'm like, man, I ain't stole no damn glasses. I forgot I had them on my shirt, you know what I'm saying? So it was an honest mistake. So we kept getting in trouble. So when the fatigue came, Jerome Brown, those same three crazies right there, they had already in their mind, it's us against the world. So they had, before we got on the plane to fly to Arizona to play Penn State, these three Negroes done went to the Army surplus store and they got dressed up. They ain't tell nobody, cuz. So we sit on the bus, we got our tie on and suit looking all like marks. And we see these get on with their glasses and they ain't talking to nobody. The motherfuckers like, they ain't finna go to war. We look like, damn, man, why y'all ain't tell the team? So we mad. We made the bus stop. We said, hold on. Y'all sit tight. Jimmy Johnson already out there in Arizona doing his interviews, right? So we get off the bus, all of us, Selwyn Brown, Darren Fullerton, Bain. It's about 20 of us, jump in the whip, go to Bird Road, there's an Army surplus store. We went in there, got naked, dog, in there. We started getting dressed in the in the surplus store, boots, the khakis, the shirt, the muscle shirts, everything, dog, the shades, everything. We came back, say, yeah, nigga, yeah, we just like y'all. So we riding on the bus, right? We not talking or nothing. We gonna go to war. We get on the plane, cuz we ain't joke, we ain't gamble, because we always play tunk the whole entire time. Mike Irvin, all of us, dog, we are dressed up. we're sitting there, man. I mean, concentrating, waiting from Miami to Phoenix, Arizona. That's 4-hour flight. We ain't said no word, dog. Like we finna go to Nam, dog. We finna go to war. When we land and we got off that plane, Testaverde was dressed up too. It was Tess, it was me, Jerome, High. If you watch the plane, we coming off. We ain't talking. Jimmy Johnson got wind. He said, what the hell? Who are these ninjas? What the hell these niggeros done did? Bro, right then, our mindset, man, we don't give a shit. And that's what this team has. They had that it factor. Mario used to be on the sideline as a kid because I played with his brother Lou. So Mario saw that era. He was part of that era. He saw the mindset that we don't give a shit. The score is 7-0. We will walk out on the field and we gonna tell the other team and like, yo, look at the board. It's 7-0. We up on y'all already. So we always mind screw the teams. They can't touch us, dog. Our mindset, man. Cause of your crazy ass, we took that ghetto ass mindset, but we put it on the field and we untouchable, bro.
That's gonna be hey. It's crazy that you just said Arizona, and here this team has the opportunity of winning a game that was robbed from us from a team, and then being able to go to Arizona for the next game to be able to win, to then punch a ticket to go to the national championship. But I know first things first is
Right.
taking care of business with Ohio State, the get back game. But that's something else. I mean, Streeter, you got something?
I mean, Mel, every time people show that video, right, you see the Canes talking trash in that video. But what a lot of people don't know is like they were the favorite, right? You guys were like the underdogs. Nobody, the world didn't expect y'all to win that game, no?
We talking about the Oklahoma game in Norman?
Yeah.
No, listen. Jimmy Johnson, I had him on my show at Utah. I had Jimmy on my show at the top of the year. I said, Coach, be real, because it's a story that I can't share, but Testaverde, like, Jimmy was nervous. He was shaking like Kato in the OJ trial. Y'all remember Kato, scary ass? Yeah, dog, that motherfucker was shaking like Kato in the OJ trial, real talk. And our team, we would have a team meet. We would kick everybody out all the coaches out. It was players only. Me, Highsmith, Jerome, and Moss would talk, and Testaverde. So Testaverde was like, man, look, we don't know, man. Coach Johnson, like, he kind of nervous, man. We got to go out here and do this shit, man, the ball and do our thing. Dog, we came out, we waited. They were stretching, and they always try to intimidate you. So Oklahoma be on the side where the visiting team come out. They make you walk around to go to the sideline to go to your side. Dog, we came off that hill. We looked. Everybody looked at each other. Man, fuck these dudes, man. We ain't fuck that. We going, dog. We caught them. They was on the ground stretching. We went through their stretching. They ain't had that on TV. We stepped on their fingers and called them all kind of PANs and coochie ass. We talking about FAN. I mean, bro, we are going slap off. So after we warm up, we go to the sideline. So they got all these alumni behind us. There's an old white dude with a beard. I never forget this old dude. He said, y'all boys don't know where y'all at. Y'all gotta calm yourself down because y'all don't know where y'all at. Y'all in Norman, Oklahoma. We turn around and say, man, fuck you and Norman, Oklahoma. We don't give a shit about none of y'all, bro, period. And dog, we right now throwing the D. We throwing the D on talking about doing this. Hey, hold on, Streeter. This dude here, he started so much shit. See, he the one got us crazy. He called me. Let me give you this story. So he called me one day. We playing an Orange Bowl. You know, we got him down on the sideline whenever he wanted to come. So he came to me. That's before Throw the Dick had came out. He had done dropped the song, right? It was the hottest shit in the country. He said, cuz, you go ahead and when you score, I need you to go in and throw the D on national TV, dog. If you do that, he said, if you do that, I got you. I said, I can't say what the got you was, but he said, I got you.
Oh God!
I
telling
looked at
too
him.
many
I said,
stories.
this everything. He's treated. This some real shit. I looked at him. I said, I got you, cuz I scored. But I was so excited talking shit like in the stands in the OB. I run the sideline and then I had the ball. And then he looked at me. He said, cuz, you forgot to throw the D. I said, damn.
No homo.
I knew that was a band right there, boy. That was at least a stack right there, boy, if I didn't need to throw the D. But I fucked that up and I ain't do the shit, bro. I'm like, Lord.
Oh my God, man! This gonna be something else, man. What's your what's the podcast? Where people can find it at?
Well, it's you talk, man. So what we have, man, is I mean, everybody's scared to download new stuff like that, but we have a platform that I'm recruiting right now. I ain't gonna say who I'm recruiting, but I'm recruiting an independent individual who started all this shit for us believing in keeping the money to yourself and not spread the money. It's a brother, you know what I'm saying, that Jimmy Thomas, man, came from the music game. He blessed us with this platform where we're getting percentage, you know what I'm saying, that's out there. You know what I'm saying? It ain't going through all the different Twitches and all the different Facebooks and YouTube. But a lot of us are scared to download, you know what I'm saying, to go to newness. But so we got to download the UTalk app, you know what I'm saying? And once you go in there, we have different segments, different shows. We have merchandise that you can buy, hit a click of the button. It's state of the art, and we're getting all the bread. You know what I'm saying? We're getting all the bread. We're not sharing and breaking off, getting a penny on a dollar like everybody else. We're getting pimped for bringing this content. So I'm trying to recruit this certain dude to come over, you know what I'm saying, that to stay home. And once that hit, boy, game is over. Hey, anyway, we got to talk off the record too. So yeah, but that's pretty much you talk. Download the app, man. It's free, and we got a lot of content. We got a real talk with you talk about life. Where we got a female on there, and one of the guys just talking about life. And we got our podcast on Thursdays that we do. We got different shows that's on that feature, and we can be who we are and say what the hell we want. We ain't getting reprimanded at all.
That's what I'm talking about.
I like the UTalk dudes, man. I like them, man. I used to come on their show a couple years ago, man. I would come on there. They treat me like a celebrity, man, when I would show up. This is when they were first getting started. You know what I'm saying? I like them dudes, man.
That shout out to Devin Lloyd and Larry Frank, man. They real G's. And I used to come on their show all the time. The reason why I didn't want to start like Luke started, I'm happy for him. But this shit is hard to start a show. I mean, start a podcast, bro. It's a lot. And you got to get people to buy into it. But we know everybody. I came out the gate with Jimmy Johnson. I had William Floyd and crazy ass and Pat Carter, Florida State. I had Louis Oliver and Eric Rhett, Florida. Every week we were going to play, I had players. I had Eric Dickinson from SMU week. So between me and Cuz, we know every goddamn body. But I wanted to join. I didn't want to start from scratch like Cuz did. I joined them, and man, we've been doing real well, you know what I'm saying, as far as just, getting our viewership. But we still got to get our weight up a little bit more.
Hey, man, that's what it's all about, man. I appreciate you coming on, man, and giving us some of these good stories. Are you going out to the game?
No. I gotta go to see Tatum Bethune, my client, and then I gotta go to San Fran. They play Seattle next weekend, next Sunday. But I gotta do some work as far as that. So yeah, I'll be watching it. I'll be tuning in on Wednesday night. But I gotta go support Tatum out there. He out there doing his thing, and he been balling his ass off.
Yeah, he is balling. I mean, hey man, I want to thank you for coming on, man. We gotta get up because we got some big things we got to do for 2026, my brother.
Yes, sir. Let's go. Streeter, man.
Things.
Love, man. Listen, y'all keep doing y'all shit, man. Proud of you, man. Love, bro.
Appreciate it. Yeah, Streeter, we got legends. I mean, that was.
Man, you try to get the man to throw the dick on national TV, man. Man, you a degenerate, man. What is wrong with you, man? Throw that.
I'm not ever gonna be able to live this one down. The man come on here did tell people I got him throwing the dick on the.
You trying to get a 19-year-old kid to throw the dick on ABC, bro?
Yes, he was of age. We had a responsibility to change the culture of Miami. We need the economic impact of it, because once you throw the dick, then that means you're gonna throw the dick, you're gonna throw the D, and then throw the P, and then now you got all these strip clubs where they throw in the P, and look at us now, Tootsie's all the way.
Man,
24.
so listen, bro, it's not like you was recruiting hard for Miami. Like, why was you recruiting for Miami so hard?
Because I'm glad you asked me that question. I was recruiting because I was a kid. Just like he said some key that most of y'all probably did not hear it. What Melvin just said, they would give the tickets away at the Burger King. 2 tickets would be sitting on your windshield wiper. You get a Burger King, you get your ticket, and 7-Eleven, you had tickets and all that stuff like that. Free tickets. Nobody wanted to come to the game. You came with your jersey on. I played on Miami Beach at Noah Optimist. My brothers would take me to the game, and they would get in the game free. with my jersey. And that's how we went in there. So I sat there as a kid and watched the Notre Dames beat us 80-0. Nebraska 60. Oklahoma 70-0. And I always that was my team, University of Miami. We had, I think it was Carl Selma, the coach. Before him, then it became Lou Saban, George Myra. I'm back there, and all these days we had E.J. Baker and Kerry Baker as the quarterback. Chuck Foreman was the shining light of the team, and I'm just sitting there. This is my team. I love my team. I love my Cowboys. They had to take me to the game, and it was just us in there, maybe another 500 people in the stadium. They're getting ready to close down football because they say nobody was interested in it in the Orange Bowl. And I always say, man, now I got this platform. Now I'm Big 2 Live Crew. Fuck that. I'm going to put my team jacket on. I love them. And I'm going to make all these California dudes who in the 2 Live Crew put the shit on too. We put it on. We embrace the team. The bad boy attitude. Next thing you know that, how dare they could put the jacket on? Nobody cared. It wasn't no NIL. Nobody cared. And then the team took on the life of the group, being these outlaws and from Miami and all. It just all fell in place, just like that. And when he speaks about Dan Le Batard was Dan Le Batard. I swear to God, I just knew somebody had screwed his girlfriend. I just knew somebody knocked his girlfriend because he had a bone to pick with every University of Miami player and anybody around the program. That was his thing, and that was his claim to fame. And just like Mel said, me and Dan good friends right now to this day, and we all are good friends. But Dan did a whole bunch of dirty shit. I'm gonna tell you that.
Yeah, I didn't even know he did Melvin wrong. I know the story about you when he wrote against you, and you was just you recruiting for the team, and he writing stories against you. Like, why are you around the program?
Yeah, that was a big thing. Why Luke on the field? Like, you see all these celebrities down there now. No, that was me. No celebrity had no interest in going to a college football game. So it was me down there. But the reason why I came down there, because I'm sitting there like everybody else looking at TV, dudes. You know the story of University of Miami, and they're not having so many black kids down there. They weren't recruiting heavy from the local area. I mean, Florida had more players than us. Most of all the black kids would go to Florida A&M. That's why Florida A&M was so good during those times, and actually ended up beating Miami at one point. And then Howard Snellenberger saying, hey, look, we got to get some of these kids to stay here. They didn't want these people in Coral Gables. University of Miami had no interest in getting no black kids from the inner city, maybe a couple of them, and that was it. And now when these guys got the opportunity to go down there, at the end of the day, then they did everything that these people said that they were going to do, was rob the students, vandalize shit, steal, start fights with the white students and everything. And then I took it upon myself to then start going down there, getting some of those guys, explaining to them the opportunity that they have. Don't do the dumb shit. Don't give them people, explain to them history of Coral Gables, a place where blacks were not wanted, and all these different things. And so I got them all together, and then I became the mentor and telling them about the history and putting them on a path to taking that opportunity of getting that education at University of Miami and being able to go to the next level. That's my whole thing.
Who was the
Dan
coach?
never asked me that.
Who was the coach?
Oh, it was Howard Snellenberger at that time.
Did he appreciate you?
Yes, he did. Howard appreciated me. Jimmy appreciated me. If you look, I posted this same video, and Jimmy said something on the post the other day. Howard appreciated me. Jimmy appreciated me, man. It was a family. Erickson was like my fucking brother. You know what I'm saying? Erickson would even come to Luke's Miami Beach.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? They knew that when they were with me, they knew what it was all about. They knew I was pointing them in the right direction. It was Le Batard and them painting this picture that I was such a bad guy.
Has the University of Miami ever appreciated you? Have they ever gave you a sidewalk, or have they ever gave you a cheeseburger in the cafeteria with your name on it? Have they ever?
No.
Have they ever?
They should. They actually should.
When they play in the U, it's all about. Have they ever collabed with you? Have the University of Miami ever acknowledged that you that you was doing God's work at one point in time?
I mean, the coaches. I mean, when Butch came in, it was a little friction because Butch was trying to fuck over Ryan Collins, and he, and so I made a statement. Dan miswrote that, and that became something. And then Butch didn't want no former players around the program when he came in. And then there was a period then when Randy came in, and then there was a period when Miami was getting investigated, and the investigators came to my apartment, and they sat down and investigated. Oh, we hear about this pay for play. That was when they had the Pell Grant scandal going on and everything like that. It was like, yo, y'all, Lebatard had wrote some shit. Bernard Clark and some other person said Luke gave them some money and all that, which I never gave them any money. Did I give somebody else some money? That's to be determined. But Bernard Clark and Charles Farm, no, they never did anything of the magnitude to be able to be rewarded in that way. So he wrote that, but then to this day, them guys say that never happened.
Right.
You feel me? They said he miswrote them. So, Dan was doing some sketchy shit. And at the end of the day, I didn't now get caught up into investigating pay for play and Pell Grant and all that. And they found that none of that actually happened. So all of a sudden, because I'm mentioned in an investigation, then they want to put the black book on me. Oh, Luke, we don't want Luther Campbell around the program and all that. And so until Randy Shannon came in, and it was like, nah, fuck that. If I take the job, Luke gonna have to be a part of the program. And I went down there and to the compliance people signed a whole bunch of shit. I don't know what the fuck I signed. Randy said it was good. And I filled it out. Before you know it, then I became back a part of the program, but not in the same capacity, because and then you had this whole Nevin Shapiro
Wait. But no backlash to Dan Lebatard. Like they have never pointed they've never pointed the gun at Dan Lebatard. Like
Dan became famous. Dan became a multi-billionaire. Dan became a multi-millionaire.
Oh man!
Right now today, me and Dan laugh about it. I'm like, Dan, I made your fucking career. I made you. I'm the one who made Dan Lebatard, along with Pitbull, along with DJ Khaled, along with JT Money, along with Poison Clan, along with H-Town, along with 2 Live Crew. Dan is in that fucking group.
Dan on the roster
and
too?
Trick Daddy and all them. Dan is in that group of people who I put my hand on in some sort of way and made them famous, and now they're multi-millionaires, which I'm proud of. I'm proud of Dan. And that's his story.
Did he agree?
No, he tries to downplay it. He calls me up every now and then talking shit because we've been talking shit forever. He'll text me some bullshit about something, and then I'll text him some bullshit back. I mean, Dan was the only white person that came to my wedding. And then he came there and had some slick shit to say when I was married. Oh, you married up, I see. I'm like, motherfucker.
Oh,
hey, but no, I'm telling you, man. That I mean, just like you say, and then the Nevin Shapiro stuff happened, and that if they were to give me any kind of kudos, would be for that, because that case, when Nevin lawyer tried to do some, in my opinion, illegal shit, which I think she got sanctioned by the bar or disbarred in that case, because I sued him for using my name. I sued him for slander of my name or whatever the hell it is. Whatever it is. I sued him for that. So, because he was saying I'm Lil Luke. And I was like, don't associate me with no shit like that, what you got going on. So eventually I sued him for that. Then his lawyer then took the lawsuit along with the NCAA. They took my lawsuit and started deposing people, because when there's an NCAA investigation, you don't have to talk to them because that's not legal. That's not you breaking the law. You don't have to speak to them. So a lot of guys were not speaking to them. So they took my case and then they said, oh, they used my case and they deposed guys who they really wanted to depose, which they couldn't get them to speak, but then they used the law. But mind you, his lawyer did not have my lawyer present. And so when we found out about that, my lawyer at the time then alerted the University of Miami and say, hey, they just deposed with the NCAA present and Nevin's lawyer present. They just deposed all these football players and asked them the questions that they could not get them to ask because they had to show up, you know, or they would be or they would be in out of compliance with the court, that they can be, you know, ultimately put in jail. So we told University of Miami that. University of Miami then came back and said, hey, you can't do that. They reported the lawyer to the bar, all that stuff. That is how that case got dropped.
With Nevin.
You don't realize the NCAA, now they get ready to be sued up the yin yang from the University of Miami, me and everybody else. So what ended up happening, they settled and they went away. We never got any sanctions. And people don't know that because of my case and me suing Nevin Shapiro, who everybody is friends now, using my case to then get rid of the case that they had against University of Miami, which they were looking for the death penalty. They were looking to end our program. That's right before Al Golden got in. So there you have it. Y'all got some history on here. Shouts out to the villains. Hey, villains, you are all here with Streeter. Villains, y'all got to be the first one to pony up the money. You're getting this good information from Streeter, and you need to pony up some money to get this man in these places. It costs a lot of money.
Listen, man, this is how it was. Like, so I'm thinking about going into Dallas early because they got all the stuff for the media. This big time football now. The media get to go see Ohio State. They got things for the media. They got stuff going on throughout the week. And I'm like, hey, talking to Milan, I'm gonna get there early. You know what I'm saying? Then I started thinking about it. Like, if they win, now I gotta go to Arizona. And it happens like this. The game happens, they send out the credential, you get credential, and now you got to get ready to go to Arizona. And it's a lot. No, it is. It's a lot. I appreciate it, and I'm happy. I work really hard to be able to do what I'm doing. But it's a lot. It is a lot. We win this game, Billy. We got to start a GoFundMe inside the membership.
If you listen, if we go to Arizona, then I'm you going with me. I'm taking care of all your flights and your accommodations.
All right, now from all right.
So that's on me.
Let me write that.
I'm going to go to Arizona. Me and you both going to Arizona. I'm going. I got you and all that and everything because I think you do such an excellent job, and I love the fact that you were able to come on here and bless us with all this good information. Your keys to the game before we get off here, because I know we done ran overtime.
No, we got almost got 2,000 people on here, man. We got 1,800 people on here, bro.
You see that? I think this is probably the biggest numbers I've ever had.
Is it?
Like on a live like this. You know, y'all, you know, again, I'd like to thank everybody for coming on here and thank all the great people. Thank all the people on the Footballville side and everybody. But this is what we do. This is what we keep it a buck on this month. I mean, we keep it at 100. So your keys to the game before we get off.
Who are what?
Your keys to the game. Who's gonna be the star? Who's gonna be the star? Who's gonna take over the game? What University of Miami player? You got Malachi. I have the unsung hero. I got my eyes on JoJo. I think JoJo is gonna put on a fucking show.
We need him.
Look, Malachi gonna do his thing.
We need him.
Fletcher gonna do his thing. You know, 7 and 8 playing, both of them, they gotta play. The DBs. Baines gonna do his thing. Mesdo going and Baines they're gonna have a block party in the back there. But the guy who nobody has been talking about is JoJo. I just think this is the coming out party for JoJo on this big national stage, New Year's Eve. I can just see it happening. What you think? Who you got?
We listen. We could use JoJo in this game because now you're talking about the best defense in college football and right now somewhere they coach Tricia is on a chalkboard circling number 10. When the play starts, all eyes. What the coaches say? Listen, when the play starts, all eyes. Find out what number 10 at. So that's been happening in that's been happening in locker room since South Florida game. JoJo, what you see every time they set him on the 9 route, he's wide open because he's unguardable. You know what I'm saying? He's unguardable. I think this is a game to get him involved. I would come out 4 wide receivers, man, I would start off with Mark. I think Mark Fletcher is going. I think he's the key to the game because I think what we saw last week was the light turning on for Mark Fletcher. He looked like he looked when I covered him as a kid at Plantation. They put him in a pistol. He able to get those 2 steps, that running start, and he was able to his vision worked that way. He was able to see it and hit the hole. Like he looked like the slasher that he was when he was a 10-year-old kid. So I think Mark is the key to the game. But I would love if they would come out, man, and 4 wide receivers, man, and open it up and put Julian Sayin in a position where he has to pass. He's a redshirt freshman. Our quarterback is goddamn 36 years old. Motherfucker got ARP card. He got kids. He feel like it's taxes.
AAP, they just sent me one.
Yeah. Their quarterback is a redshirt freshman.
Right.
That
still wet behind the ears.
He gets the ball out of his hand really fast, not because he has some Dan Marino gun. It's because he has to. That's what they listen. They're going to get the ball out of his hand because they don't want him having to think, having to do certain things. Man, I say we come out 4 wide, put Mark Fletcher in the pistol, and I say we try to jump on them. It's the last game. It could be our last game with Carson Beck. It could be our last. Man, I would listen. This is why we brought Carson Beck here. He has been at national championships. He's played in SEC championships. Motherfucker, if we're gonna go out with him throwing 3 interceptions, fuck it.
Fuck it.
But I would open it up on him and I would make Julian Sayin make him uncomfortable.
And let me tell you something. I totally agree. Because you put 3, 7, 10, JoJo, Fletcher in the pistol. I put them motherfuckers against anybody. I would put them against.
Dog, when Miami go to the bench,
you can't cover all that. But then the quarterback has to be a guy that can improvise. A quarterback has to be a guy where he can't just be forcing the ball to Malachi. He has to understand that that's going to be there. I need to be able to distribute this motherfucker amongst all of them because 7 going to catch the ball on top of people's head and shit. 3 going to get big. JoJo going to break your ass down to the lowest terms. We're playing in my stadium, Jerry World, by the way. I'm a Cowboy. We're going to be playing faster because that team is a Big Ten team set up to be playing physical football this late in the season, in the cold, in the frozen tundra and all that shit. And we are built for the grass. And now that shit can be moving real fast out there. I mean, we're going to be moving in the way, just like you say, the way we played. And like Melvin said, that shit turned a whole nother thing on with Malachi and Fletcher and all that. And I had the footage and I was trying to bring it up while he was talking. But man, listen, man.
But real fast, listen. Last year around this time, I got a text from Jeremiah's dad. He's like, "Hey, I got a ticket from you. Let's go to Texas and see Texas versus Ohio State. I know who covered my kid when he was little. I know who helped us out. I know, you know what I'm saying? I know who had our back when my kid was little." Which I don't get that from a lot of parents. I got on the plane and I went to see Texas versus Ohio State at Dallas last year.
Right.
And I'm in the stands trying to shoot content from the stands. That's it. But I just was happy to be there. You know what I'm saying? What he did, what the family did, man, was noble. And I appreciate that. Not knowing that I'll be returning back this year on the sideline, Miami versus Ohio State. You know what I'm saying? I
I guarantee you, Jeremiah dad ain't call you up this time.
No, he ain't call you.
It's like, hold on. This shit right now is, I'm telling you, man, Streeter, this game is, and look, this game is personal. And these kids might don't say it, but I know they all got a fire burning up in their system from the ones who are at Ohio State, even though they Miami till they die. They're gonna be 305 till they die. This game right here, which nobody never expected to happen, it is happening. It's here, and the build up to this game. Hey, look, man, I just know it's gonna be some dudes putting on a fucking show, and people playing on a whole nother level than what you saw them playing.
Yeah.
You know, because in these type of games, you know, hey, the Jeremiah Smith's gonna take his shit to another. Everybody that's got 305 or 954 connected to their name, they going to a whole other level, because just like you said earlier, you got to come home.
Yeah,
you got to come home. And I'm with you. Fletcher then turned on to something different. The last time I seen something like this in a running back in the postseason was Devontae Freeman in the state championship playoff run at Miami Central. And I seen a light turn on that dude there that you had not seen the entire year, but given the opportunity, and they, you know, and this is the second season. That's what they say. And this dude, he on something right now.
Yeah,
Fletcher running with bad intentions. The man literally knocked out a fucking 300-pounder. And called rescue for him. Not
called rescue for him. Hey, y'all come here. Yeah, he actually called him. Like,
man needs some help. You know what I'm saying? So, and Fletcher gets up and like, let's go. And then that's another one. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be violent. I'm pretty sure all the players, they know the history by now. They know what we've been robbed. They've been told a million times, and that part is gonna be there. But I just love the fact for South Florida that all of our kids are playing on this major stage. And then when you look at Alabama game, you're going to see more of our players who's here. And then you look at Georgia, more of our players. And that just, for me, that confirms that we are the best football city, South Florida, the two cities, we're the best football in the country. You can't make it up. We're the best. And that's it. Streeter, hey, man, I appreciate you, man. We got almost over 2,000 people in here, and all 2,000 people. Tell them where they can find you at.
Oh, man, Footballville. If you want to become a villain, it's 786-405-9499. Just text me. I want to be a villain. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok. It's over 1 million followers on YouTube. Just go hit subscribe and follow on everything, man. We appreciate that. The villains, man, we're not bad guys. We're not out here robbing 7-Elevens and shit. It's just short for Ville, like Caneville, Footballville. I took the Ville and called it Villains and spelled it a different way. It's just the best Miami Hurricane community on the net, you ask me. You know what I'm saying? We get in there and break stuff down and really talk about football. And we get along. It ain't a bunch of goofy stuff going on. No disrespect. Luke coming there all the time, talk to him. So, man, y'all come check us out, man. Come follow us, man. I appreciate this, Luke, man. We're going to do it more often, bro. Like, I'm going to jump on here more often, man. I see the links when you send them now. Just brought a new house. I had to get set up. I can jump in here now.
Okay, good. Don't when you have the housewarming, I'll bring the girls.
Bring them. Hey, you heard that, play? Okay, all right. Now you're listen. Listen, villains. Y'all heard Luke say if we win this game, he got me.
Win the game.
Y'all right there.
I got you. Hey, there was somebody else in the chat also say shit. I got him too. I mean, people, look, man, people appreciate what you do and the information that you bring back, because all the information you bring back is raw and uncut. I mean, you probably and the coaches respect you. That's why when you're asking questions in the media, you know, that we all want to know. You ain't doing no cookie cutter questions, and they respect that at the same time, and we love it. And so keep doing what you're doing. Appreciate you, my brother.
Yo.
All right. Hey, man, that's Streeter. ladies and gentlemen, that's my show. We went overtime. We had great Melvin Bratton on here. We talked about all kind of different things. We had Streeter from Footballville. I love it. Texas A&M, we beat y'all ass. Ohio State, you are officially on the clock. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, for all my people on YouTube, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. All my good folks on Twitter, everybody who's on Facebook, I love y'all. Hey, look, I might come back. Yeah, I'm going to come back after the game. But in the meantime, in between time, y'all enjoy your New Year's. Make sure you get them black eyed peas. Goddamn it. You got to have them black eyed peas and cornbread in your system on New Year's Day. Okay? Comprende? Until the next time. And all the time I say it. I say it every time. Walter Cronkite. May the good news be yours. I love you. Enjoy your New Year's. Happy holidays. Peace.
Pull out the stick, come shoot that. Booty poke out like a book bag. Booty poke out like a book bag. Pull over ass too fast. Come we should go bring that Uncle Lou bag.